All right, welcome back, guys. I'm making this video specifically for Ramshackle Shop. So if you haven't checked out his channel, I'm going to just give you a little bit of an insight right now on what he builds. He's building a very similar mower to this one right here, which is one of my racing mowers. And he is going to call it the Pulley Bully. It's a Craftsman LT2000 with a Vanguard V-twin in the front and an MST206 in the back. Better second generation steering than this is the first gen. So it's going to be a pretty sweet unit. He's trying to hit 60 miles an hour, so he is being recommended that he lowers it by me right now. And so I just wanted to go over and make a little video for you, buddy, on what all I did to this one to get it lowered. If you didn't watch it, I'll just make it a quick summary if you didn't watch the original builds, which I think you probably did, but either way, it doesn't matter much. So these spindles right here, they are stock to right at this wheel cup. They got sliced off of the original spindle and then sliced off down here. And then this whole piece right here is all brand new. It's 3/4 round bar that's hot bent. This machine has the wheelbase altered forward 1 inch. So the transaxle is moved forward towards the front of the machine 1 inch and the spindles are moved forward 1 inch. Only reason for that is for weight transfer for when I'm drag racing. It'll just hook up a little better that way. Get out of the hole a little better is the idea. And so the idea with that is, yeah, it gets better traction. Anyways, when you're building yours, you don't have to do this. You can just take this specific shape and stick it out the side and make this parallel to that for optimal strength and then build in here. Another thing I'd recommend doing if you're doing drop spindles like this is you're going to definitely want to do a brace in here, which I'm going to be end up doing in one of these future videos here. Even though this is 3/4 round bar, it can still bend. As we found out when this thing fell out of the back of my truck, it did end up actually bending this spindle, so we had to reheat it up and bend it. So you're going to want to put a brace in there. Steering geometry, unless you're widening out the axle like I did, you can leave it 100% factory. It'll all just bolt right back up. If you just leave this alone, this angle and this angle alone, everything should just bolt right back up. No issues unless you screw up the toe, which is why you would have an adjustable tie rod normally. And so, yeah, that's it for the front end. They're pretty simple to lower. Then the back end, you said you wanted to do like cars and cameras where you flip it. You don't flip it upside down. You simply raise it into the frame, which is great in the fact that they probably don't leak. You said you were a little bit worried about them leaking because they may or may not leak. Depending on what transaxle you got, which I know you got an MST206, but depending on which exact transaxle you got, some of them leak, some of them don't. It's kind of 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. This one here is a Peerless 930, which is essentially the same as a Peerless MST206. And this one leaks out the shifter hole, out the main case, out the brake shaft right there, out the pulley shaft, out the other side of the brake shaft. Anyways, it leaks anywhere, even this plug. It leaks anywhere that there is a hole for it to escape. And it did before I put it in this mower. It has always leaked. It has never been a sealed up transaxle. I think it's because the case is actually warped on this guy, but I'm not really sure. Either way, if you're worried about leaking stuff, definitely could be something to be worried about if you're flipping upside down. But just so you know, you may run into that even if you keep it right side up and lower it, depending on if your transaxle is already greasy. The other thing is you're probably going to want to weld your diff if you're thinking of doing lowered and like drifting and stuff like I do with this one. Then yeah, welded diff is awesome and it'll get you way better traction out of the hole. And so yeah, I just wanted to make this quick little video for you to show you what's what on this specific build so you can follow along and do as you wish with this information. Use it or don't use it. Really don't care, but I figured out. Thank you very much for mentioning my channel in your video and wish you luck on your build of the Pulley Bully.